This is Tim Bryce with my column titled, The 2020 Election Schedule. Time to play ball. We're getting close to election season. The Democrats are almost done with their draft for presidential candidates, but don't be surprised if a few more enter the race. Now it is time to announce the playing schedule, just as the commissioners of Major League Baseball, the National Football League, NHL, NBA, and so on announce the upcoming schedule of their seasons. So get your scorecards ready, as I am pleased to announce the 2020 schedule for U.S. elections, including local and state elections, congressional, and of course the presidential race. Actually, it's pretty simple, but there are still a few loose ends remaining, which I'll mention at the end, called To Be Announced. Frankly, I do not understand why any state hasn't announced its primary caucus date yet, particularly New York. Talk about bad planning. As I review the schedule, I will mention DNC, meaning the Democratic National Committee, GOP, standing for the Grand Old Party, the Republicans, and LIB, standing for Libertarian. The Green Party has announced no such schedules. So here we go with the 2020 election schedule. February 3rd, the DNC and GOP have their Iowa caucus. That's the first one out of the chute. February 11th is the DNC and GOP New Hampshire primary. February 22nd is the DNC Nevada caucus. And February 29th is the DNC South Carolina primary. That's followed on March 3rd with Super Tuesday. That's for both the DNC and GOP, and that will be for states Alabama, Arkansas, California, Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Virginia. The Libertines will be holding primaries in California, Massachusetts, North Carolina, and Oklahoma. On March 7th, we have the DNC and GOP Louisiana primary. Then on March 8th, DNC Maine caucus likely will be amended to a Tuesday in March primary if primary legislation passes. There will also be the GOP Puerto Rico primary. Then on March 10th, DNC Idaho, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Ohio, and Washington primaries. North Dakota Firehouse caucus and its primary. The GOP will be participating in Hawaii caucus, Idaho, Michigan, Mississippi, Missouri, Ohio, and Washington primaries. And the Libertarians will be Missouri and Ohio primaries. March 17th is the DNC and GOP Arizona, Florida, and Illinois primaries, with the Libertarians being in Arizona. On April 4th, DNC is Alaska and Hawaii primaries. April 7th is the DNC and GOP Wisconsin primary. April 28th is the DNC and GOP Connecticut, Delaware, Maryland, Pennsylvania, and Rhode Island primaries, and the Libertarians will be in Delaware. May 5th will be the DNC and GOP Indiana primary. May 12th is the DNC West Virginia primary, and the GOP and Libertarian Nebraska and West Virginia primaries. May 19th will be the DNC and GOP Kentucky and Oregon primaries. May 22nd through the 25th is the Libertarian National Convention in Austin, Texas. June 2nd will be the DNC and GOP primaries in Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, and South Dakota. Libertarians will be in Montana and New Mexico only. June 7th will be the DNC Puerto Rico primary. June 16th is the DNC and LIB District of Columbia primary. June 20th, the DNC all-official convention participants have to be selected by then. That includes delegates, alternates, standing committee members, pages, and delegation chair. Then July 13th through the 16th is the 2020 Democratic National Convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. That will be followed on August 24th through the 27th with the Republican National Convention in Charlotte, North Carolina. And finally, at long last, November 3rd is U.S. Election Day. To be announced, which I like to refer to as possible rain delays, is the GOP New York primary, which could possibly be on February 4th, the DNC New York primary, possibly February 21st. Why New York can't combine these two is beyond me. Colorado primary will possibly be on March 3rd, 10th, or 17th. March 3rd is the interim date. The Wyoming caucus will possibly be in March. As to DNC and presidential debates, consult local programming. As for the Green Party National Convention, I haven't a clue. Other than that, the commissioner reminds you to purchase your tickets early. Come on, fans. Let's support them this season. Friends, keep the faith. This is Tim Bryce in Palm Harbor, Florida. Follow me on the internet at timbryce.com.